He's arrogant. He's a sadist. He's a criminal. He's uncharismatic. He's creepy. He was caught not once, not twice, but 3 times in blackface. Now, I'm not one who, I clutch my pearls. Oh, God, blackface. But you know what? Megyn Kelly left NBC for simply saying, she was, ushered out of NBC for saying, hey, when we were growing up, that wouldn't have been such a big deal, or something to that effect, right? Hey, people wear Halloween masks and so on. But then, of course, the progressives were like, no, you're indistinguishable from the KKK for not condemning in more forceful ways blackface. Well, our prime minister was caught with blackface not once, not twice, but 3 times. He was caught in a groping scandal, during the hashtag MeToo movement. Now, he's caught with a groping scandal. There were accusations and a lot of rumors, some of which are public, some of which I know privately and so on, that when he was a substitute teacher at 29 years old, I'll leave the rest for you to decide what that might mean. In any case, let's go on. Now, one of the ways that people try to overcompensate for their transgressions is, the old, I think it's Shakespeare, right? The lady doth protest too much, or whatever the expression is. Well, he becomes a ultra feminist, right? He's a male feminist. He recently, if you saw, he went up theatrically and said something like, it wasn't supposed to be that way. It wasn't meant to be that way. We thought that the world was ready for a black president, but the United States is not ready. And I will always stand as a male feminist. I've got the exact quote in my forthcoming book, Suicidal Empathy. But in any case, he was very, very upset. He was castigating the United States because they weren't yet ready to elect a female president of color, and that he would always have the back of all feminists because he is a male feminist himself. He said things like, instead of economic recovery, he said she-covery. A 7-year-old wouldn't engage in such buffoonery. He said that we're going to fight not recession, we're going to fight she-session. Because if you just replace the prefix, the start of a word, the root syllable of a word with she, then that demonstrates that you are very empathetic, and it removes any groping or inappropriate stuff that you might have done with young students or any of your debauchery. I know remember, I'm from Montreal. I grew up within a 5-10 minute drive from where he grew up. I know his ecosystem. I have mutual friends and so on who know him or know friends of his. And the stories are not good ones. But you don't need to hear this stuff from me. Anybody with the smallest reflex to judge people would know this. So he says she-covery. He says she-session. He's a male feminist. He wants to pursue a feminist foreign policy. What the hell is a feminist foreign policy? Geez, China's not going to touch us if they know that we're pursuing a feminist foreign policy.